Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with an episode of Dive Into. We open up a box of a game and just dive into it. This is Pendragon Starter Set. Okay, so for the previous episode of the Dive Into series, the game belonged to someone else. I actually bought this. However, there are reasons why I'm not doing the character creation video, which I will get into later. A nice slim box that if you're curious about the game, you can pick up for a decent price and be able to play with it immediately. We have dice. We've got one 20-sided die and six six-sided dice. It's a good set to start with for role playing in general. Let's go with the game. Okay, we'll set the bag aside for later. We've got the little feet of what's in this box. Very nice bit of artwork on there. That includes the books, the dice, pre-generated characters, and other important things. We have book one, The Adventure of the Sword and the Stone, a solo quest adventure. On the back, we have part of the map for the game. So we've got the little introduction and playing the game solo. A little starting character with their starting skills and traits, characteristics and hit points, and passions and skills. And what looks like a kind of a choose your own adventure kind of approach to getting into the basics of the game. So Pendragon is set in the world of King Arthur's time, or in a world kind of along those lines. A unique synthesis of centuries of Arthurian tales, history, romantic novels, all that fun stuff. There's a way to get into the basics of the game through experiencing it. Book 2, The Fabled Realm. This is where I actually get into the rules and setting and continue the map. Let's see here. Got where is it? That all lines up. Try to figure out how this lines up later. Wait a minute. Where's yeah? Very interesting idea for the back page. I'm going to go ahead and deal with this while I'm here. Okay. All right. So in book 2, there's There's the map. Written in the time of Arthur Pendragon. So we've got the introduction to the setting, you know, what you get to be as a character, and what you are as a character is a player knight. Not some crazy murder hobo. An actual hero, potentially. Hopefully. Because that's what the setting needs right now. The game system, um, trying to roll dice based on um, your intended check. Trying to roll less than or equal to the statistic being tested. And if you roll equal to, it's a critical. If you roll higher, it's a failure. If you roll a 20, naturally, it's a fumble. There's rules for post resolution, reflexive modifiers. There's opportunities to gain experience through um, critical success, fumbles, success under significant circumstances. Your characteristics of size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. No stats for intelligence or wisdom or anything. Interesting. Glory roll, squires, because part of a knight's duty is to train young nobles in skills at arms, courtesy, and the other demands the knowledge necessary to bear the title of knight. Squires graduate from the rank of page, or at the age of 14, enter into a knight's service. And then there's traits and passions, because it's understandable to get kind of emotional. These worlds. Arthurian tales are full of intense emotion. There's skills like falconry and courtesy and hunting. A lot of skills. Honor and glory, combat, because of course. Arms and armor. Oh, the all important mail. The all important note of hey, I know they sometimes call it chainmail or ringmail, but technically it's incorrect. So the Knights of Arthur's written there's only mail armor. Horses. Do you like horses? This might be the game for you. And of course, injury and health. So, in the winter phase, you essentially gain your experience and train and get glory and prestige rewards, wealth and treasure. Knights do not go shopping. However, every knight values wealth. Yeah. But no rules for character creation because this is not the core rulebook. This is an introductory set to the game. The actual character creation will be in the core rulebook, which I will get someday and actually feature as part of the Pillar RPG shorts. Book 3, the Sword Campaign. So, to go ahead and just dig right down to it. The game includes a number of starting characters and a little bit of um, pick this character for whatever reason. So, if you enjoy playing strangers in a strange land, Sir Asterius. If you want to speak loudly and carry a big axe, Dame Quenhild. Yes, you can be male or female in this game. Pick this knight if you want to play a character with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Cadwallon. And we have others as well. A total of like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 characters to try out and get a feel for different ways to play. They get to be used with the book, the sword campaign, and there's the other part of the map. Probably don't want to spoil too much about this, but these scenarios are set in the tumultuous early years of King Arthur's reign. Yeah, if you're actually going to be the game master for it, then this is what you want to be reading. Appendices. Tournaments, because we've seen A Knight's Tale, you know how important the tournaments are. Battle for like great big fights potentially. Overland movement, because you're not going to stay in a single city, bumming around doing nothing. Going to be exploring the world, and then visiting a foreign court, because France is nearby as well as other kingdoms. And then they have these little cards that can be perforated, and I will probably uh, tear them up. I'll probably separate them on my own time with various um, challenges for players to deal with. So that is, and there's the back of the box, of course. So, so what appealed to me that I wanted to pick this up? Um, Other than the fact that I was waiting at the game store for the next board game to start. This was on the news shelf for a little while, and it's just sounds kind of a grounded, down to earth, maybe a little bit closer to realistic, even if it is obviously historical fantasy kind of approach. Um, it's just different. It's like it's just Okay, I said before that I was trying to figure out a way to do like a tabletop version of the PC game Darklands, but I'm my head's on fire for that one, and I'm just like maybe I'll find something that I can consider close enough. And this is close enough. Doesn't seem to be much. Doesn't seem to be magic and stuff like that, but maybe it doesn't need it. Maybe something a little bit more focused on actually being heroes and trying to bring some kind of hope into this world is more appealing than just yet another um, fantasy like there seems to be. I've owned a copy of D&D before. That's all right, but this this I might actually try to figure out and run someday. Yeah, well, I kind of wish that they'd have some kind of rudimentary character creation thing to maybe modify the starting characters a bit. I can understand why they didn't really want to do that. The core rule book is like 45 or $50, which is not bad, all things considered. And it is an interesting idea. So if you think if you think you want something a little bit more thoroughly heroic, this might be the game to look into. I keep hearing the term murder hobo used with regard to D&D and role playing in general, but you don't get to be that here. You actually get to be a knight of valor and honor and glory and passion, and I think that's pretty cool. So, Pendragon, if that idea sounds like a good one to you, check it out. All right, thanks very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus. I'll see you next time.